The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Summary: The Diary of a Young Girl, also known as The Diary of Anne Frank, is the poignant real-life account of Anne Frank, a Jewish teenager, who documented her experiences while hiding from the Nazis during World War II. Written between 1942 and 1944, the diary chronicles Anne's life in hiding, her thoughts, and her reflections on identity, fear, and hope. Anne's diary is a powerful, intimate glimpse into the Holocaust's impact on individuals and a testament to resilience and the human spirit. Plot summary. 1. The move to the secret annex. Anne Frank begins her diary on her 13th birthday in June 1942, describing her life in Amsterdam under Nazi occupation. Soon after, Anne's family is forced to go into hiding to escape deportation to concentration camps. They take refuge in a concealed area of her father Otto Frank's office building, known as the Secret Annex. The Frank family, which includes Anne's sister Margot and their parents, is joined by the Van Pels family, known in the diary as the Van Daans, and later by Fritz Pfeffer, called Mr. Dussel, a dentist. 2. Life in confinement and adjusting to the annex. As Anne adjusts to life in hiding, she describes the cramped conditions and the daily challenges of living in close quarters. The residents of the annex must remain silent during the day to avoid detection by the workers below, and they live in constant fear of being discovered. Anne details the routines, tensions, and small comforts they share, as well as the monotony and stress of living in isolation. Despite the hardships, Anne continues to learn, reading books and studying languages. 3. Anne's inner thoughts and growth. Throughout her diary, Anne reflects on her developing identity, her frustrations with her family, and her desire for independence. She often feels misunderstood by her mother and feels closer to her father, Otto. Anne's writing reveals her introspective nature and her desire to grow into a strong, independent woman. She records her thoughts about her complex relationship with her mother, her evolving feelings for Peter Van Pels, and her struggles with typical adolescent emotions, intensified by the difficult conditions in which she lives. 4. The impact of the outside world. As the war progresses, Anne's diary entries reflect the growing tension and fear in the annex. The residents hear news of the war from a hidden radio and receive updates from Miepkes and other helpers, who bring them food and other essentials. Anne's entries express her hopes for freedom but also her despair as the news worsens, with reports of deportations and the worsening conditions for Jews across Europe. Despite this, she holds on to her dreams of a better future, imagining herself as a writer and journalist when she is free again. 5. Anne's maturity and final reflections. As Anne matures, her reflections grow more profound, touching on human nature, faith, and hope. She expresses frustration with the limitations imposed on her as a young woman and as a Jew and grapples with questions about justice and humanity. Her writing becomes an outlet for her emotions, allowing her to process her fears, loneliness, and aspirations. Anne's last entry, written on August 1, 1944, reflects her internal conflict and her desire to be understood. Shortly after, the residents of the annex are betrayed, arrested, and sent to concentration camps. Anne and her sister Margot ultimately die of typhus in Bergen-Belsen, just weeks before the camp's liberation. Otto Frank, Anne's father, is the only survivor among the annex residents, and he later publishes Anne's diary, honoring her wish to become a writer. Key themes. 1. The resilience of the human spirit. Anne's optimism, courage, and resilience shine throughout the diary. Even in the face of unimaginable hardship, she holds on to her dreams, showing the strength of the human spirit and the ability to find hope in dark times. 2. The loss of innocence. The diary traces Anne's journey from childhood innocence to a mature awareness of human suffering and the horrors of war. Her reflections on cruelty, persecution, and the loss of freedom show the profound impact of the Holocaust on young lives. 3. The search for identity. Anne's diary explores her quest for identity and self-understanding. Her candid reflections on her relationships, her ambitions, and her inner struggles reveal her longing to define herself beyond her circumstances and to make a lasting impact on the world. 4. Hope and the desire for freedom. throughout her confinement, Anne dreams of freedom and a life where she can express herself openly. Her hope for a better future and her resilience in the face of suffering reflect the universal desire for freedom, justice, and peace. Conclusion. The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank is an enduring testament to the resilience and strength of a young girl's spirit amidst one of history's darkest periods. Anne's diary not only documents the suffering of the Holocaust but also celebrates the power of hope, compassion, and the will to persevere. Her words continue to inspire readers worldwide, reminding us of the importance of tolerance, empathy, and the profound impact one voice can have on the world.